Hey guys, this is Core Savage here, and this is my How To Soraka Top video. Now, a few things I do want to point out about this is that it's definitely not for everyone, and it doesn't always work 100% of the time. It really depends on the lane matchup, skill matchup, etc. This is just something I like to do for fun and a laugh every now and again. The best part about Soraka Top is her poke and sustain. The base damage on her Q is high, and by maxing that out first, it has the potential to chunk away the enemy's health. Not only is it high damage, but it slows the enemy, allowing for excellent kiting. It's a low cooldown, low mana cost ability, leaving room for it to be spammed as she kites. And it gives her the in-lane sustain that most other top laners can't match until they have some form of lifesteal, or have lifesteal runes, or have some kind of healing built into their kit. As you will see in the video, it is also a great tool for bullying and annoying your opponent out of lane. Soraka's E is nice for both kiting and melee fighting. While you're in melee fighting, drop your E to silence them from using any abilities on you. You want to try to do this while your wave of minions is pushed and larger than the enemies, because the minions will definitely help turn the fight in your favor. If they continue to fight you in your minions, while your E is still under them, they will become snared, and that leaves you the perfect opportunity to land another Q, assuming you landed one before the fight started. Or, if you hadn't, land one for some extra sustain to make it out of the skirmish alive. This is the second ability you'll want to max out. A lot of people have told me that by taking Soraka Top, you can completely lose out on her W ability, but that's not necessarily true. In fact, I have found that by not having to use her W as much to keep her ADC alive, she has more mana, which allows her to stay in lane longer and get more poke and damage off on her lane opponent. Also, ganks by the ally jungler are always secure, because if need be, she can heal them to help them get out of situations, or to help secure the kill. Her W is the last ability you will want to max out, as it is the least useful in the laning phase, but you will want at least a point in it early on. Moving on to items. The very first thing you want to rush on a Soraka Top is a Rod of Ages. This provides more in-lane sustain and gives you more scaling health and ability power. The health will become more useful in team fights when you're not only dealing lots of damage to the enemy team, but simultaneously healing and sustaining the rest of your teammates. Also, you will be healing for a lot more because of the added AP. You want to build this early to allow the time needed for it to completely stack. The next item you want on her depends on how well you're doing in lane. If you're losing lane or being camped by the enemy jungler, you'll either want a Zhonya's Hourglass or an Abyssal Scepter, depending on what kind of damage they're putting out. You will want both of these items eventually, however, depending on the situation, you may want them sooner rather than later. If things are going well for you and you aren't being camped and you're somewhat winning lane, then the next item you'll want after your Rod of Ages is a Rylai's Crystal Scepter. This provides more AP and health, which, as I mentioned before, will become beneficial in mid to late game team fights. It also adds an additional slow to your Q and a slow on top of a silence to your E, making that snare a little easier to land. After your Rylai's, this is when you'll want to build your Hourglass and Abyssal Scepter. Not necessarily in that order, but you definitely want both of these items. For your boots, no matter who I'm playing or where I'm playing them, I always try to have a base set of boots by 10 minutes into the game. For her upgraded boots, I tend to stick with Boots Mobility, as they really allow her to have that map-wide presence in mid to late game that's needed to help her catch up to and support the rest of her team. For your last item, you can either build Rabadon's Death Cap or Luden's Echo. I tend to interchange those freely depending on what I feel the game needs. I go Rabadon's for more AP so my Qs hit harder and I heal my teammates for more, or I go Luden's Echo for the extra movement speed and to stay grouped up easier. Last but not least are your runes masteries. You'll want to run AP runes. My current AP rune page gives me 26 ability power, 5.4 magic resist, 4 armor, 1.5% attack speed, and 3.5% magic penetration. My mastery page is 6, 18, 6. In ferocity, I have 5 points in sorcery, followed by feast. In cunning, I have 2 points in wanderer, 3 points in savagery, followed by assassin, 1 in merciless, and 4 in meditation. Then I have dangerous game, 5 in intelligence, and then Thunderlords is my keystone of choice. I have played around with Deathfire Touch, but I just personally like the burst that Thunderlords gives more. In Resolve, I have 3 points in Recovery, 2 points in Unyielding, followed by Tough Skin. Well guys, this has been my How To Soraka Top video. If you like what you saw, want to see more videos like this, or have additional tips, please leave a comment down below, give this video a thumbs up, and subscribe. Thanks for watching.